Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Quick question. Who here thought we were going to be here yesterday? Shouldn't, because we said last week that we weren't going to be here yesterday. We're going to be here today. So that means you didn't pay attention to the last video. That's all right. I don't pay attention either. That's okay.
Yeah, we love you anyways. Who cares?
Hey, that intro was by Hoopy Star. And again, we really appreciate you. Uh, Hoopy, we love it. We're always going to love it. We really appreciate it. And the outro is by Hoopy Star as well.
I still air
We,
drum it.
oh yeah,
I still air drum it.
this is Poor Brothers. This is Mr. Three. I am Mr. Zed. That's Chris. I'm Dave, and
Mr. Three.
we're just going to kind of chill out a little bit for today because we wanted to keep it just a little bit lighter than it has been the last couple of weeks with all the nonsensical stuff that's been going on with what they plan on doing with their cars and a bunch of other stuff and uh,
And I just keep diving deeper and deeper into that, and it's just getting worse and worse. And
making
it's
you.
not. It's just. It's everything, dude. It really is.
Yep. So this week we decided we were going to just kind of chill out just a little bit, but
A lot of it because
a lot of it.
I didn't pay. I didn't plan shit. The,
Oh no, it has nothing to do with planning. We're just going to have some fun with it. Speaking of fun, I have decided I'm going to go back to some of my roots of my wild turkey American honey. Um, that's what I will be enjoying this evening. So
I am.
crack that open.
I am just gonna do my orange creamsicle. I
Orange creamsicle. All
quite
right.
enjoy that. But however, I did pick up a new bottle to me.
What's that?
It's actually West Virginia
Okay.
304.
West Virginia 304. I don't think I've heard of that.
It's because it's made here in West Virginia.
Look at that. You'll have to let us know when you bust that out because we definitely want to know how that goes. Fruit and berry.
And I believe in the corner here it says number 50.
Oh wow.
So whatever the hell that means.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, real quick in the chat, we got Mama T. We've got Mr. Three, who happens to be in front of us. Also, we got Yo Mama. Let's see, Shelly. We got Hoopy Star, and then Michelle Shock. We got her in as well.
The wifey.
Yeah. Um, I do know that right now, Mom and Pop are not going to be joining us this evening. They've got some other stuff going on, but that's okay. Some things are more important than this show by a long shot. So, prayers to what's going on right there, and we got you in our thoughts. All right, let's go into our show just a little bit. Like I said, cheers. Thank you. And this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and a lot of people will come in and they want to talk about oh, you're a veteran, this that and the other. It's not for veterans. Memorial Day is not for veterans. Not in the sense that I'm a veteran and that has direct ties to me. No, this is in remembrance of veterans, um, whether they passed away in a conflict zone or they were veterans, you know, um, and just recently passed away. This is for the remembrance of veterans that are no longer with us. And one of the things that I didn't know specifically was that not only was Veterans Day initially considered Decoration Day, because what they would do is after the Civil War, they would go and decorate all of the veterans' uh, tombstones and whatnot at the funeral places. What they would do also is, while they were doing the decorating, they would actually talk with the other members of the families that were doing the same thing and just tell them stories in that regards. But that was cool. And then in
Are you having mic troubles?
am I? No, not that I'm aware of.
Sounds like you were covering it up or something's going on with your mic.
Not to my knowledge.
Now you're doing good.
All right. Well, anyway, with Decoration Day in 1971, it became a federal holiday called Memorial Day, and it's going to be the last Monday of May of every year. So tomorrow, technically, is Veterans Day, and just take this time to remember those that are friends and family that are veterans that are no longer with us, and that's what Memorial Day is about. So, thank you. And one of the things that I was looking at, doing is, a little bit of remembrance for those veterans. Okay. Um, I was looking for something a little more specific to what I was doing, but this right here kind of symbolizes it. It's like, hey, we all got someone that's a creator, and you know, hopefully all of our loved ones and veterans are with them at that moment. So a little bit of a, you know, thought and prayer go out to them. So, all right, let's get that out of the way, and let's get into something a little more. Let's keep them a little bit more uplifted, which is what this entire stream was supposed to be about in the first place. So let's see here. Uh, you just mentioned something just a second ago, right before we started the stream. Um, you want to make sure everything is level, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about your camera and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the question that I had. Is it better to level with the earth or to level with the house? You're putting a shelf up, or you're putting curtains up, or are you going to level with the earth, or are you going to level with the house?
Well, hopefully the house is level with the earth.
You and I both know that ain't the damn case. Which one are you going with? You're aesthetically you are putting something that is
I'm aesthetically going to
being
make it level to my eye and the person's eye. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to make it level with the house. Because I could make that look level and it is not level.
oh yeah, I know. But
Aesthetically, with the eyes is where I'm kind of leaning more towards as far as level.
so you are making it more level with the house than you are with the earth in order to ensure that aesthetically it looks level in the space.
Correct.
See, I have a real hard time with that. And I have a hard time with that because I can, just like I can switch eyes, right eye or left eye, as far as when I shoot, I can also kind of see where it's level with everything in the room. And part of my brain goes, awesome. And then I can also look at it and go, but that's not level. The room's off. And then I'll get the little level with the bubble out and I'll put it up there and be like, I knew it was off. I freaking knew it. And it drives me nuts.
Yep.
So that I thought I would ask that because I know for me, I'm gonna go with the just like you, the aesthetic of the house.
Case in point, it looks fairly level right now,
Yeah.
from what I can tell through my camera. But if you look there, you can see the lights, but you can't see any here.
Yeah, that's true.
not level.
That is true. I mean, you could take a look going across there. Yeah, it just kind of depends on. Yeah, no. So, anyway, but there's no house that's been built recently that is level, I or square, or no. So I thought I would ask that because that is something that um, I was talking to someone else about, and I went, off the first. I'm like, well, just like you said, I would hope the house would be level with the earth, but it's not, and we both know
No,
it's never going to be, uh,
they
because
get pretty close, but they ain't gonna get it done.
no, because they have a time scale that they have to work on. They've got other houses they're building. If
Yep.
it was you and I building a house and we didn't have to have a set time to have it completed, yeah, that house is going to be square and that house is going to be level.
It'll never ever be square. You can
Eh,
get a lot of it square, but you'll never get it fully square.
yeah, I think we could.
It'd take too long.
That's okay. We could do it.
No, not really. Because at some point, you just want to be in the damn thing, living in it, and living your fucking life, and not have to worry about it.
That's also
They
true.
got bigger fish to fry, legit,
Ooh,
like fishing,
like a fish
hunt-
fry.
like hunting,
Oh yeah,
squirrel. I mean, whatever, whatever tickles our little fancies of the day.
that's true. That's true. But no, I think we
be
could
doing
do it.
one. We could. We
But I
could be
agree with you.
doing
It might take us too
woodworking.
long. Yeah. Yep. So, but no, that was my big question for the day is what do you consider most important when you're putting something up in a house that someone has commissioned you to do? Is it making it level for the house or is it level for the earth based off of the bubble?
I will do both because I've been in that side of it where I've had to hang doors.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I'm talking about barn doors.
Mhm.
I bought a laser level, reach all the way up to 13, almost 14 feet. But I will use that laser level and I will look and I will make sure that it is level as it can be on that. But then also I would look at it from an aesthetic standpoint,
Minor
make sure
adjustments aesthetically.
just to make sure that as you look at it, it looks level, it doesn't look off. I can't control the ceiling and I cannot control the ground. All I can do is get it to a certain point and say, I need X amount of space here and I need X amount of space here. I will run the tape up from here and I will run the tape up from here, make my marks, and I will run my marks with the laser level. And whichever one is higher is the one that you go off of.
Okay.
You need to maintain that, let's just say, 1 inch space on the bottom for clearance,
True.
which technically becomes a little less than that once you put your roller guard in for your door to roll in.
Now,
But with that
what
being
about
said, if the floor is not level, which is in most cases, which is why you're basically level, you're making it level up here.
right?
It could be 82 here, it could be 82 here, but on the floor, it could be 82 here, but then when you get over to here, it could be 83.
Right.
So you'd want to take the one that's a little bit higher and make your adjustments there to where you get that nice even gap at the bottom, as even as you can make it. Most people are going to see a difference in 1/4 to 1/2 inch anyways. So
Also true. Now, here's the other question I had for you. Because you're starting to talk about you can't control the ceiling, you can't control the floor. But what about when you're looking at, let's say, a window frame in the ceiling? Where do you go off of that? Because I've been in places where I've looked at the window frame and I've looked at the ceiling, and there's an obvious difference between the edge of this window frame in the ceiling and the edge of this window frame in the ceiling.
most times there's not that big of a difference in that small of a span. There's just really not. Most times.
Yeah.
Usually the farther away it gets, the more drastic it becomes.
Yep.
So most
When you're
times it's not
when you're
that
looking
way.
at a large window where it's got multiple, panes or whatnot.
Well, and again, what helps is even though the floor might not be level, by the time you set your tripod up, the tripod will actually be level because of the bubbles and stuff that are on the tripod.
Yeah.
So then that makes this level, and or it's built into the actual level itself. It just self levels. At that point, you can just go, okay, well, obviously the ceiling's got this much difference in it,
Got this much of a drop.
but because the laser level is level, you can set it down to where you want the window, and then you really can't adjust it too much one way or the other because then the window isn't sitting square; it's sitting
Right.
more like this.
More like a
So
rhombus.
you can't really. It's hard to say what direction you should go because typically speaking, floors are never level unless you put a leveling compound on it. Like, hell, I forget what the hell it's called now.
They got different self levelings for that you add to the floors. Yeah.
Yeah. But with that being said,
Now,
the other thing is you also want to try and keep it as far away from the ceiling as possible too, because then the farther down it comes, the less likely
you're gonna
anybody's
notice
going to
it.
notice that there's a big difference in there if there happens to be a pretty heavy difference, which most times you're not going to see it because there's not that big of a difference.
Do you
Whereas,
ever ask the homeowner?
mm-mm.
No, you just go do it.
For
I
hanging
can.
a door or doing a window.
Well, like if you're doing a floating shelf that was, supposed to be between the top of the window and the ceiling because they're going to put some decorations up there. Or if you were doing the door for, like a barn door or something like that, but there wasn't a lot of gap between that and the other, but you could still
No,
see it.
and the reason being is because most times you can buy these floating shelves on your own, anyways, and most people are just going to go. They're just going to stick it right there. They're going to take their measurements, and it's going to look level, and they're going to be fine with it. Most people are not that visually stunted by that type of deal. They just want to make sure the shelf is level. That's it.
Yeah, I can see that, but I can also see in
I'm not
certain
saying
circumstances, I'd go, all right, this is what we got. If you want it bubble level, which means that it's actually truly level, it's going to look off. If you want it to where it doesn't look off, it's not going to be level, but you're not going to notice it unless you put something up there that's going to roll off.
sure.
So I can see, maybe pulling the husband aside and going, hey, look, this is what I got. Or if you know that the missus happens to be like an interior design background, going, hey, look, this is what we got, and going that route with it, just to ask before finalization. But I was, I know that you've done this type of stuff, so I thought I'd ask because
I mean, it's not something that you would typically ask. Um, it would be something you would typically ask after the fact. Once, if you're working up that type, working that high,
yeah,
you would, and you were in there getting ready to do all that, and you were pulling your measurements, and you went, "Oh, wait a minute, there's a pretty big fucking gap or difference here."
yep,
I'm going to stop and I'm going to go. If this was me in reversal, in other words, it was me asking them to do this, and I'm the one paying for this, and they go out and they just did this, and it's level because I just stuck a freaking level on there, and it's perfect.
oh no,
Yeah, something's going on with my camera, and I got to figure out which one of these cables it is.
Part of it's
Let's-
backward. Please run camera hub to use Elgato virtual camera.
Yeah,
Oh, it says the same exact thing going the correct way too. Yeah, Shelley says here a control line is how you get everything to be correct. I agree, but at the same time, if you know you have a picky customer that you're working with, um, sometimes it's best to be upfront from the get-go on what is going on. That way they have a little bit of say and it takes some of the blame off of you. Um, if you don't have a picky customer, or maybe you're doing a project that is for yourself, or you don't know who the end customer is going to be, yeah, go off that control line, like you were saying, and just be done with it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I don't know what happened to my camera here. I'm still trying to figure it out.
all right, well, I'll just do this. Hey, everybody. As soon as he comes back, we'll throw him back on. We're going to go with this day in history while you try and figure out that camera thing.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. All right. So let's see. Today is the 24th of May, this day in history. In 1738, John Wesley is born again. John Wesley is basically the one that sparked the Methodist movement across England. So this day is celebrated by Methodists as Aldersgate Day, and in 1738, on this day, is when he was born again, so to speak. So let's see here. 1856, John Brown launches an attack on Potawatomi Creek, Kansas. The attack was one of the many bloody confrontations that occurred in Kansas in the run-up to the Civil War. The conflict in Kansas over whether it would enter the Union as a slave state or a free state was vicious enough that it earned the period the name Bleeding Kansas. Wow, they definitely did not write this correctly. Brown traveled to Kansas specifically to take up arms against pro-slavery factions in the state. He was particularly angry over an attack on abolitionist newspaper offices that had occurred in Lawrence, Kansas, and the tepid abolitionist. Why do they make words that just tongue tie the fuck out of you? Anyway, they went to the houses of 5 known pro-slavery settlers, abducted them, and killed them with broadswords. Seems a little harsh. Pro-slavery settlers abducted them and then killed them with broadswords. Man, our forefathers were slightly vicious. The murders sparked one of the most severe outbreaks of violence during Bleeding Kansas, with a month of retaliatory attacks and counterattacks that left 29 more people dead. So, yeah, Kansas has got a nice little history of being bloody, it looks like. Let's see here. 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opens. It took them 14 years to build that bridge that connected Brooklyn to the island of Manhattan across the East River. It was the first steel wire suspension bridge ever built, and it is an iconic symbol of New York City. So that's kind of interesting. 1883 was the first that the Brooklyn Bridge was opened after 14 years of actual construction. Now this is one of the ones that I really found interesting was Renault. Michael Renault dies in a severe crash during an auto race in 1903. So mind you, we didn't have like automobiles widespread back then. They're still using horses and whatnot. However, we did have auto races, so just kind of proves to show that if it goes fast, we're going to try and race it. Um, he was him and his riding mechanic were racing from Paris to Madrid, which was the second race between the cities in Europe that year. What they actually did was, because of the race and the death, they went back to closed courses. Hey, back.
Well, let's see for how long.
So anyway, because of the racing and the fact that people had died, they went back. Instead of having these open courses on these open roads with these races, they ended up going, all right, it needs to be a closed course. So 1935, first Major League Baseball night game is played. Prior to 1935, they did not play night games because they did not have ways to light up the field. So that's kind of interesting. Took place on Corsley Field in Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Philadelphia Phillies 2-1. All right. So this one here, kind of a history thing with military history, is the Bismarck sinks the HMS Hood. The Bismarck was Germany's largest battleship, and the Hood was the biggest battle cruiser of the British Royal Navy. They engaged in battle off the coast of Iceland during the Battle of the Atlantic. The British, they were incensed at losing the pride of their navy. They relentlessly pursued the Bismarck and sank it while it was heading for occupied France for repairs. So they're like, oh, we're going to sink it before it ever gets there. And that's what they did. And then, have you ever heard of Eurovision?
Mm-hmm.
The song competition over in Europe?
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of it.
So in 1956, that was the first year they had Eurovision. The contest was held in Switzerland, and 7 countries participated. The host nation, Switzerland, won that year. But to this day, they still have Eurovision, and you find huge amounts of awesome up-and-coming or even past bands and singers and whatnot that are going there. And it's, hey, this individual is from this country. This is who, they're representing, and so on and so forth. But it becomes a big spectacle.
That's an expensive stir stick, by the way.
I bet it is. So in Eurovision now, they've also included Australia along with Israel and most European countries. And then let's see here, 1994, convictions are reached for the World Trade Center bombing. So prior to 9/11, the World Trade Center had a bombing.
Yeah, it was deep down in the basement.
Yep. And those 4 terrorists were convicted for that bombing and sentenced to 240 years each. So, on this day in 1994. Mommy T says she likes your stir stick. Having joined us just recently, Ace, we appreciate you coming in, Ace. See that you had to take your dog out. Dogs like to watch birds. My dogs like squirrels, so they'll chase them or chipmunks or whatnot around the yard. They don't really care too much about the squirrels, or the birds. But yeah, they'll chase the squirrels all over the place. So anyway, that was this day in history. It looks like you got your camera fixed. What else has been going on for you, sir? Any fishing lately?
Nah, I've been dealing with rain.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain today too. Today especially.
All week
my yard's
for
flooded.
us.
Yeah.
So no fishing. Don't want to talk about work because I just don't.
No.
I'm pissed off at that place. So
It happens. But no, as far as this past week, it's been interesting. Uh, just staying away from the work aspect of it. A couple of the people that work under me graduated high school.
oh,
And
cool,
I actually went to their graduation. Uh,
nice.
they asked me to go. It wasn't like work said, "Hey, you got to go." No, these kids, they asked me to go, and I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." Um, because it is during work hours, I'm obviously going to be, having to kind of represent work a little bit. Otherwise, I'd have to go through the rigmarole of taking PTO and everything. But I go and kind of watch them graduate, which is kind of good, in the aspect of they wanted to include me in on it. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, that makes you feel good
Yeah,
because they respect you enough to say, "Hey, man,
yeah,
I want to invite you," and they like you enough to do that.
yeah,
I don't. I honestly, there's 4 years I've been here.
yeah.
I haven't gone anywhere with any employee uh, as far as a coworker or boss or anything.
Yeah.
Until 2 weeks ago, I went, or well, I guess it's been a little over 2 weeks, but I took off and I went fishing with one of my coworkers
Oh, that's
one
nice.
one time. Um, I just
No, we have company functions and stuff like that, and they're like, "No, you got to do this, you got to do that," and it's like, "All right, it is what it is." Um, and I don't dislike it. I like the fact that they try and do something like that. That's not
But are they doing it on your time or are they doing it on company time?
a little of both. It's it's a little of both. So they try and do it to where it's on more of the company time, if possible. But some things are not possible to do, and it has to be kind of after hours or whatnot. And I get it. Um, it
I,
is what it is with
I,
that.
I do too. When you think like the average and everybody else's mindset is
Yeah,
okay, and so uh, there's that old adage of you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
yeah.
So my thought process is if you can't make it happen during um, your employees' work hours, you shouldn't do it at all. And the reason being is because just like you, just like me, and just like probably 90% of all of the Americans out there working, we have families, we have wives, we have kids, we have separate things that we do. And you're taking not only my time, traded time, mind you, that we're supposed to be doing
Oh yeah.
for money, because I have a talent that you want. So you pay me for that talent, but you only pay me for this time to this time. So any extracurricular after that, I'm not interested in. One, I'm not getting paid. And two, I would rather be home with my wife, my dogs, my fishing pole, my side by side, my camper, whatever pleases me for whatever I do after work, or my beautiful couch that I like to sit on.
Do not disagree at all with what
So
you're saying. I also understand that for some of us, uh, especially those that are hourly and are not getting paid for that time. Okay, 100% agree. If I am not getting paid, I'm not going to show up. But at the same time, what about those that are salaried?
I'm salaried. Doesn't matter.
It does in certain positions. I don't think it should, but it does. But at the same time,
It is going to be considered an extracurricular type situation, whether it's career bonding or whether it's whatever the hell they want to fucking call it.
yeah.
It is not related to your timed schedule that you are supposed to be there for.
And again, I don't disagree with what you were saying.
But I also understand that it can be hard for companies to accommodate that as well.
Oh yeah. Um, the
I just feel like that they've taken advantage of it for so long that they just don't care. Yeah, well, this is their way of trying. We spent
Well-
3.5 minutes on it. We can't figure it out, so we're not going to bother with it. It is what it is. They're just going to have to show up.
the other thing that I look at is, hey, we are a small company. We want to do things that, are with our, workers that are not specific to going to work. We want to have some type of bonding thing that is inclusive of everyone, if at all possible, in one way or another, where we can celebrate, some of the things that we have done over the past year or 3 months or whatever it is, and show appreciation. But sometimes you can't do that during the
Right, and I
time you're
understand
up.
that, but also don't make it mandatory. If you have to do something like that after the fact, don't make it mandatory.
I think that if you are going to make it mandatory, you definitely need to have, especially those that are hourly paid. But it's one of those, it's like I said, I see both sides of it. I really do.
Sure.
And as much as I would love to be a hard line, just like you, I don't want to do it. I also see the value in doing it, in the value of connecting
Oh,
with
I
people
see the value in it as
outside of
well.
it.
But the
And
problem is they have taken advantage of that for so long
oh yeah,
that it's just people are finally fed up with it. I
I
dealt with it my whole entire life being in some of the things that I've done.
Yeah.
And you know what? The employers and corporations have taken enough of my time.
oh, I agree with that. They take it
So,
more than enough.
And they appreciate it because it brings them money, but they don't necessarily appreciate it to the extent of, unless it's a small business, like a really nice close knit small business. That's different. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm going to be a part of that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's where my thing is I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, we are a small business. We're growing, but we're still small enough to where that small little get together is still meaningful outside of work. So and that's what I mean by I see both sides of it. Um, but that's also why when asked to go to the graduation, I was like, I don't have a problem with it. I'll go, and show my support for him and go that route with it. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but outside of that, no, this week has been pretty good. Neighbor yesterday had a birthday slash um, Memorial Day little get together. So I got off work yesterday, went over to his place and, hung out because, it was his birthday. He's done this every year for as far as I've known him, and just had a good little get together and, barbecue, some chicken, and some really good hot sausage. It's like jalapenos and stuff in it with cheese. It was really good. And then, went down to his basement and played pool and cards and
Oh,
stuff.
my wife
Uh-oh.
and daughter
Yep.
made the best cheesecake ever. Like legit cheesecake, but it was Biscoff and cookie butter cheesecake.
Okay.
Oh man.
Good, huh?
Oh man. Yeah. You
Might
guys
ha-
gotta you
you
guys
might
gotta
have
try that.
you might have to bring some of that down. Might have to bring some of that down, sir.
Well, we had probably 3/4 of the cake, and there was still about a quarter of it left. I think it was probably only like a little 9 incher.
Mm-hmm.
So there might have been a little bit more than a quarter. But, anyways, we took it to our restaurant that we favorite.
Yeah.
We love going to this restaurant. It's a little Mexican restaurant here close to us.
Oh, that one that they were closed when I was. Yeah.
Man, I really wish she'd have been open. But we try to go to her establishment at least once a month. We try to go like twice, but anyways, we had just gone and we had brought her 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was almost 100 eggs.
Okay.
We brought her some eggs for her to take home and for her employees and whatnot, because we can't sell them. We're not, whatever. But
Yeah.
anyways, we had forgot to bring the cheesecake, and so I came back home, and the wife and I did, and we went back up there, and she was busy eating for herself. So apparently, the wife said a couple days ago that she texted her and said that the cheesecake was absolutely amazing.
Nice.
So, anyways, we're going to wind up making another one. And so, yeah, I would like to see what she could do with it as a regular cheesecake, because if the Biscoff was that good, I can only imagine what a standard cheesecake would be like. So, super dense, super nice. It was just amazing.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. She's got her own jam. She made her own grape jelly. So those are some of the things that we're kind of dabbling in. We've got our vegetable garden and stuff that we're getting ready to do all of our planting and stuff in. I've got some gigantic jalapenos. The plants
Nice.
that I got, the plants I got last year just did like standard like regular jalapenos. I
Uh-huh.
got ones that are like gigantic ones. I
Okay.
was like, hell yeah. Still waiting for my super chili peppers to come in. I've got seeds for them, but I haven't planted them yet. So yeah, I'm kind of digging this whole self-sustaining, like grow my own shit, because I feel like I know what's going in my body. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And we got a tomato plant that we've planted. We got a pepper plant that we've got. A little bit of
we
rosemary, a
tried
little bit of thyme.
we tried tomatoes, and last year we had a huge plant, man. I mean, it was just throwing tomatoes everywhere, but we couldn't get any standard tomatoes off of this big plant that we could use as like a cutting tomato. They just uh, a bird would get it, or it would fall off and fall underneath. I don't know.
So
We're
to,
still trying to, but the little cherry tomatoes, man, those are fun. Now I pluck those things and eat them right off the plant. They're so
so
good.
what I suggest is if you've got birds that are getting to them, you've got that raised planter, right?
Yeah, but we actually put it next to it in the ground. That's how big it was. It was above the raised planter.
So there's a thing called bird net.
Yeah. No, I know what it is.
I would suggest trying to do something to that nature where the birds can't necessarily get to it. That's not going to stop bugs. That's not going to stop
Right.
other things, but it'll
And I think some of that was also insect type bugs or whatever
yeah.
getting to them as well. So,
Hey Roger, how you doing, sir?
Roger, how you doing, bud?
All right, so I got a list of questions that are just
Okay.
oddball questions. There's no rhyme or reason to them other than the fact that I looked at the question and went, ha, that'd be funny to ask. Uh, such as, you know what prunes are,
Yes.
okay? They're dried plums.
Okay.
So if they're dried plums, where does prune juice come from? Wouldn't that just be plum juice? I mean, you don't have raisin juice. You have grape juice.
Right.
So
I don't know.
where in the hell are they getting juice out of a plum that's a dried plum?
Were they getting juice out of a prune? That's
Out of a
dried
prune
plum?
that's a dried plum. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. You and I have had a couple of these on some nights.
Says
You
who?
and you and I have had enough of those while we're sitting there talking to each other. Um, where we've also had our dogs walk up. Okay. Have you ever actually tried talking to your dog? Not while drinking this? And just seeing if they understand what you're saying? Like, just sit there and just start talking to your dog. And just to see if they actually lock eyes with you as if they actually understand what the hell you're saying.
I guess it depends on the conversation you're willing to have with the dog.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that my dogs would look at me. Now, take Fritz out of the equation. I'm pretty sure my dogs would look at me like I'm freaking nuts if I just started talking to them.
What you talking about, Willis?
Exactly. Exactly. Um, but as far as, just having Fritz would look at me and be like, okay, what's the next command? And that's what he's looking for. But I've seen people talk to their dogs and their dogs are actually paying attention to them as if they are part of the conversation, or even with the Huskies. Okay. I think we showed that video on here where the lady told the dog, if you're going to say it, come say it to my face. And the dog walked its happy ass in the living room.
I
And told
remember that.
her.
That was funny shit right there.
And that's a dog that knows exactly what is being said. So I'm just wondering, if it is one-offs or if they actually know more than what we actually give them credit for.
I don't know. I don't talk to my dogs like just you and me.
Just talking to them?
I don't do that.
No?
No.
You should try it just to see. Just to see if they listen or if they even care what you're saying.
I don't know. I might.
Damn dog answers you back.
If he starts talking back to me, I might have a problem.
Mama T says I don't drink and I talk full combos with my dogs. Sis, we believe you. Oh, that one there, I've always looked at and gone, huh? Because I do know people that do talk to their dogs and their cats, and and sometimes they will answer back, and you're like, huh? Like cats, okay? Hey, you need to go do this, and the cat looks and does whatever it wants. But I've also seen cats walking and meow, 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 and you're like, what? What do you want? And it keeps talking to you. So
So I know with our dogs, if we say, "Do you want to and it happens to be, do you want,
Yeah.
or do you wanna? They associate that with, because it's
Pattern recognition.
pattern recognition, it's voice recognition, it's the way that you're saying it.
Yeah.
They relate that to going outside.
So
Do you
with
want to?
Xena, I pull her in nice and close and I go, "Hey Xena, I gotta tell you a secret." And she'll run outside and go to the bathroom because she knows it's bedtime. Yeah. And the thing is I would pull her close and go, "Hey Xena, come here. I got a secret." And I get her real close and I whisper in her ear, "Go outside and go potty. It's time to go night night." She'd haul ass outside, go to the bathroom because it's bedtime. And this damn pit bull loves bedtime. So
Have you seen the cat floating around that sits there and mean mugs Mama when
no,
Mama stays up too late because he wants to go to bed at a certain time?
no.
He mean mugs her and messes with her and was like screaming and yelling at her. But he'll sit there on his butt with his paws right in front of him, like all prim and proper, but he's mean mugging the shit out of her. Like,
I'll have to find that.
it's time. It is time to go to bed, woman. What the hell are you doing?
Yep.
And there's a whole routine, I guess, apparently with this cat because he'll like, kind of like what Auntie used to do with Phil,
Mm-hmm.
herding. Like, hey,
Herd 'em?
let's go. You know, she probably still does it.
Oh, she does.
So
It's more of a game now than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But
but
yeah.
I understand that because
Oh, we'll
three,
sit there and talk all
three,
night long.
well, but 3 o'clock comes around awful damn quick. So you learn to go to bed at a certain time so that you're prepped and ready for that.
Oh yeah.
That's why she was always, of course, we never understood that when at least I didn't for quite a while when I was growing up. But as I got older and I understood it, I was like, well, okay, I understand why she's doing it
Right.
because you'll literally sit there at the damn table all night long and bullshit.
8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you got to
And
be
the
up
next
at
thing you know,
3
you
a.m.
only got a couple, 3, 4 hours left, and you're like, I
Yeah.
got to get home still, which is another half hour away. I got to
Hey,
get
home, I
settled
gotta
in.
Yep. I'm getting
Yep.
2.5 hours, 3 hours of sleep tops. Yeah. No, I get it. I think I understood it early on because I had asked. Auntie had said something at one point where she goes, "Yeah, they got to get up in the morning." I'm like, "Yeah, I got to get up early too." And I said something like 6 o'clock in the morning. She kind of laughed, and I was like,
Amateur.
"Yeah, basically." And I went, "Huh?" And she's like, "I'm getting up at like 3:30 or whatever it was because I got to be at work at 5 or 5:30." I'm going, "Holy smokes!" I mean, I understand it now because I'm doing the same shit, a lot of times, but it's like that's just crazy early to me.
What's funny to me is like as we get older, it starts affecting us more and more. But in a lot of ways, I'm kind of like the old man where I'm not as early as he is. Sometimes I can be.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need an alarm clock.
No,
If
I have it for.
if I tell myself I need to get up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, my ass is up before that. And I
Yeah,
don't understand how the hell that works.
I do
But
the same thing, but I always set the alarm as a failsafe.
sure, and I do too, to an extent. But I'm starting to realize that um, I'm paying more attention to the time that I'm actually going to bed because I'm going, okay, well, if I go to bed at this time, I will get this amount of sleep. And it's like, I never used to do that, but I do now.
Oh yeah,
But it doesn't matter because I might tell myself that, but I'll still get up at least once in the middle of the night,
Yep.
whatever. That's just part of getting old. But I could go to bed at 10 and I'd be up at 2 or 3 o'clock and then crash for another hour or two and then be back up and then I'm off I go.
And what gets me is
I don't think I've had a solid night's sleep in, I couldn't tell you how long.
what gets me is, like you said, get up in the middle of the night, you gotta go to the bathroom, which for me that's always been normal. Uh, I don't think I've ever slept from like 9, 10 o'clock at night until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and not gotten up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom.
Right.
What gets me is I wake up at 1 o'clock. I wake up at 2 o'clock. I wake up at 3 o'clock, go into the bathroom, and it's like I never emptied my freaking bladder. I'm going, I did not drink this much before I went to bed. What the hell was that? I did not have this much water. I know I didn't. Now, the other thing that really gets me is just like we were saying that we could, hey, I want to get up at this time, and we just automatically wake up.
And what's crazy is it's not like you're waking up at that time. It's not like I'm saying I want to be up at 1 o'clock, or I'm not saying like I want to be up at 1:30. I don't get up at that exact time. I will be up before that.
And it's usually like 10 or 15 minutes before for me.
It's usually about that or a half hour for me.
Yeah, I'm usually about 10 or 15 minutes before, but I always set my alarm just in case. What gets my gears just a grinding though is when I go, I don't have anything I have to do tomorrow. I haven't gotten a whole lot of sleep.
4:30 in the morning, you're wide awake and you can't do shit about it.
It's either that or I get that dreaded phone call. Hey, something's wrong. Da, 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 da. And then I walk them through it, get it rectified, but I've been up too long for me to go back to sleep. And now I'm wide awake. And I'm like, the one day that I was going to get 6.5 hours of sleep, maybe 7 hours total. Yeah, I got 4.5. It's like, come on. Now I got to go take a nap sometime.
If I'm up more than 10 to 15 minutes,
It's
I'm
a wrap.
up.
Yep. It's a wrap.
And
Done.
I want to say 99% of the time, if I'm up for more than 10 minutes, it's game over.
I try not to turn on, like, middle of the night, I try not to turn on any lights or anything. Like, if I got to go to the restroom, I will walk in the dark to where I got to go, do the business, and I'll walk back to bed. That way, no lights have been turned on. I won't even look at my phone because I'll be like trying to calculate how much time I have left. And I would rather just, even if I only had 30 minutes, I'd rather go back to sleep for that 30 minutes.
That's the problem with me, though, is I'll be honest with you. A lot of times I'll do that. I'll get up, I'll use the restroom, get up, use the restroom, have smoke, go back up, whatever. It won't matter if it's 1 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 in the morning. I will sit there for 10 or 15 minutes counting sheep, crossing my toes, doing whatever it is to try and get back to sleep. It literally takes me 10 to 15 minutes to get back to sleep.
Yeah.
I can't go right back to sleep. I just can't.
When I used to smoke, I would do the same. I get up, go to the bathroom, go have a cigarette. But then by the time I got back to bed, I'd be awake enough where it would take me a half hour to go back to sleep. Now, I don't turn the light on. I just use the bathroom.
This is what I do. I flip my phone like this. That gives me just enough ambient light to walk across my dark ass room because I don't have street lights here. So I got to have something because otherwise my pinky toe is going to hate the effing shit out of me because I will find everything.
That pinky toe let me know if I'm on track or not.
Yep. So Yeah.
All right. Here's another question for you.
Mhm.
If we got arrested, what would people assume that we did together to get arrested? I actually thought about this one. It wouldn't be that we got in trouble for, you know, stealing anything or
It would be
drinking and driving.
drunken bar fights, none of that. Mine would be uh, somebody did something they were not supposed to do, and we had to take care of business.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. That you and I were at a restaurant or even at a bar, didn't matter, and someone piped in and started something,
That they
and,
couldn't fucking finish.
and we had to step in. I could see that 100%. I can't see a whole lot of other stuff, like, oh, we got into an argument with the cop, and no, we're not like that.
Nope.
It wouldn't be a drunken bar fight. It wouldn't be anything like that.
If we were arrested, it would be something very detrimental. Because I know we are on the same page as far as we don't give a fuck about jail.
No, no, but if old dude decides he's going to backhand his spouse inside the, Denny's.
We're gonna stop it.
Yeah.
And then what he chooses to do after that is on him.
Oh yeah.
So
Mama T says something with fireworks. Maybe. I think that might be the lightest thing that we would probably get in trouble for.
for going to jail, yes.
Yeah, I think that
Something with fireworks, we're probably going to get a fine or a ticket or something, and we're not going to necessarily go to jail.
maybe for the night, but
yeah, no, I think somebody would have to be
cleaning neighbors with the fireworks, and we chase her off with it.
Pretty stupid is what it would be. Is
Yeah,
mess with family, do something stupid with even if it's outside of the family, do something stupid with your girlfriend, spouse, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that shit.
I agree with you though. I think it would be, and like I said, I really thought about that one, and I'm like, what would it be? And I'm like, yeah, it would be something like that. It would. All right, here's a fun one. What is your guilty pleasure snack that no one else knows about?
I don't know that I really have one that nobody actually knows anything about.
I like the Vienna sausages. Popping the little can open. People look at them and go, "What are you doing?" It's like, I like them. But
I freaking
don't-
like Vienna sausages too.
but I don't go and eat them in front of a bunch of people because they're giving me all sorts of weird ass looks. And I'm going, yeah, I can deal without the looks. They're in a nice little can. I put it in my pocket. I'll go elsewhere, pop it open, eat the damn things on my own. Just leave me alone. In my damn.
Do you drain them?
No.
I drain them.
I mean, you can drain them. I don't though.
I drain them.
I did know a guy that used to drink the juice. He would pop it open and he would drink the juice. I'd be like, no, that's going too far, dude.
How do you do your ramen? Because I'm a weird motherfucker, apparently, for the way that I do my ramen.
With your ramen?
Yeah. How do you make your ramen?
You're talking the ramen that's in the package, right? Not the cup? Okay. So I will take the ramen and I will throw it in the water, but then I also throw the spices, a little spice packet, in with the water, boil it. That way, the flavor of the spices get in there. But I won't drain it, and it's probably because of my time in Japan, where after you ate all the ramen, you've had that ramen broth, and it still tasted good. Um, but I'll add hot sauce to it. What about you?
I beat the shit out of mine.
Oh, you actually just crunch it all up and make it really small.
I beat the shit out of mine.
Okay.
I then boil mine up to where the noodles are done, and then I drain it.
Okay.
Then I take the sauce packets and I put them in there, and I stir it up, and then I eat it that way.
You have
There's
more of
just
a dry
I have,
noodle.
no,
No,
because
I'm saying mine's a wet noodle because it's still in the broth, where
sure,
yours is a dry noodle where it's not
sure,
in.
right,
in
right,
yeah.
right. But there's enough moisture and water left in from draining it that's all over the noodles and everything that when you stir it all in, all of that seasoning sticks to the noodles.
Yep.
And then that's how I eat mine. And if I want like a hot sauce or something, which I don't do that often, but I do it. I'll do it that way. But
Yeah.
um, I like the. I honestly probably one of the things that's been on my favorite list has been bear claw.
Oh yes.
But I get the Bon Appetit ones that you get from the store.
Okay.
It's very hard to find uh, good bear claw that anybody makes, and it's also very hard to find a apple fritter um, that is good.
So QT has a good apple fritter.
They have a good apple fritter.
Yeah.
I haven't found a great one yet.
No.
Of the apple fritters that I've had in that setting, like whether it be grocery, whether it be uh, gas station, whatever,
Yeah.
even at bakeries, uh, I'm going to have to agree that the bear claws that they or the apple fritters that they make at the QT are probably some of the best ones that I've had.
Yep. Now QT used to have maple bars.
Mm-hmm.
They don't anymore. Matter of fact, I can't find a place now that even sells maple bars. And for those of you that don't know what a maple bar is, it is like a 6-inch donut. Okay, instead of being round, it's a 6-inch donut. They don't put any filling in it, and it's maple. Okay, I've seen some that have maple donuts, maple covered donuts. Not quite the same because of the ratio of the the bar to the maple versus the donut to the maple. Love maple bars. I used to be able to go to Dunkin' Donut around here and ask them to make me some, but I had to buy them at like a dozen a pop or 2 dozen a pop, just because they wouldn't do it, just one offs. I'd have to buy, and I was okay with it, and then they quit doing it.
So our Walmart makes the maple bars,
Really?
but the catch is they're cream filled.
See, that just ruins it for me. I went I
You
went
can
to
get
a
you can get the donut rounds
yeah.
that are maple. Same thing, they're just not 6 inches.
Yeah. And
But
like I said, the breading to the maple on the rounds versus the bar is a little different. One's more of a cakey versus the anyway. No, I went to a place. I went, holy shit, they got maple bars, and I ordered. I got like 2 of them,
Mhm.
and then I bit into the damn thing, and I was like, the hell, you're not
yeah,
expecting all the shit. Not, yeah. I'm not
my
a big
favorite
cream filled individual.
my favorite donut is the raspberry donut, and I love just the regular raspberry filled. I love the powdered sugared raspberry filled, but I also like the raspberry filled that has I can only assume that it's like a plain donut that is freshly come out with just like the little sugar granules, I guess, around
Okay.
it,
Yeah. Look at the sugar donut. Yeah.
but it's raspberry filled. Probably my favorite donut of all time. Just it, but also it's second runner up to, or not second, but the second runner up would be the maple. It's tied between the both of them really because I love them both. But
Yeah. I don't know a lot of people that like the maple ones, and it's because they just haven't had them out this way for the most part.
yeah, no, they're great. I don't know. I like them both. I like them honestly. I like them cream filled and I like them plain. As
Yeah.
far as the maple just plain with the donut. So
So Krispy Kreme or Dunkin'?
I don't know because it's been so long since I've had any one of them. It's just I can't really remember. I know Krispy Kreme makes some pretty good donuts, and so does Dunkin'. But
So for me, I am going to go with Dunkin' Donut 9 out of 10 times. I just like the way that their donuts are made versus Krispy Kreme. However, if I'm going with just a plain glazed donut, a plain donut that's glazed, Krispy Kreme takes it
all
every time.
day, every day, yes,
And
I
I
agree with that.
and it's like, good lord.
Because goddamn, you can eat 5 or 6 of them at a time.
Yeah. I watched this thing on I think it was YouTube. Anyway, they had to eat like as many donuts as they could in a very short period of time and whatever. And this girl, the guy, like one of them had to run, touch a fence or a wall or something and come back before the other one, and they had to do like rock, paper, scissors or something. And whoever lost had to go touch the wall and run back. Well, the winner got to eat as much of the donut as possible. Okay. Well, she lost, she ran, she came back, and he had like one donut. He lost, he goes running, she grabs them, smashes them all down because Krispy Kreme, you can just smash the hell out of them.
Yep.
And then took like 4 or 5 of them and just shoved them all in her mouth all at once because that's how much he smashed them all down. And I was dying because I'm like, well, yeah, you can't do that with any other donut.
No.
You can't. It's going to suck all the water out of you.
And that's the other thing too is I'm a huge. I know people don't. Okay, so there is one thing that probably a lot of people don't know about me.
Okay.
Uh,
Do I know it?
Probably not.
Oh,
You
Okay.
might have heard about it, maybe. I don't know.
let's go. Let's see.
One of my guilty pleasures that I absolutely love is French toast
Mhm.
that has been the hell do they call that? It's
Deep fried?
deep fried French toast. Yes,
Yeah, I've had that. It is so good.
I will. I will. I swear to God to you that if I have a choice between French toast and deep fried French toast, I would never, ever, ever, ever touch just a regular French toast ever again. Somebody in a restaurant made me a deep fried French toast, and I have literally been to every restaurant that makes breakfast like that and have been like, "Can you deep fry that?" I went to one place. I'm not going to name the place, but I went to one place and I asked them. They're like, "I don't know. We've never tried it." I said, "Do you have the capability?" Well, yeah, we do. I'm like, "Is it something that you guys are willing to do?" Let me go back and talk to my chef. And she goes, "He said he would do it." I said, "Great." She goes, "Now I want to know how this is." So it got brought out to me, and I was like, "Oh man, this is great. Thank you very much." She goes, "Yep, that's on my list."
I've actually done something very similar, and the chef had come out and asked me and goes, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. They brought it out. I eat, and he comes out like halfway through. He goes, "Man, that was so good." Apparently, he made it for himself also.
I'll bet.
Yeah, but it wasn't deep fried French toast. It was just something different, like with a burger or something like that, that I asked him to do. And
Next time you're out here, man, I'm telling you, you got to have the biscuits and gravy now that the wife's making.
okay,
Oh my God, dude. She's got the biscuits down damn near perfect,
yeah,
and she's got the gravy down damn near perfect.
I am a sucker for a good sausage gravy with extra sausage on the side, with two eggs sunny side up, with a nice fluffy little biscuit. Just put all the pepper and the salt on it you want, mix it all up, and just go for it.
I'm telling you, dude, she's getting it down really good.
We
And I don't know if it's just because, I haven't had Dad's OG.
in a while.
Dad hasn't made OG biscuits and gravy since probably we were in the old house, or very, very, very early on in the house that they currently are at.
well, the reason for that is kind of dietary restrictions on some things. And I get it.
How much dietary can you be on biscuits and gravy, dude?
You can't have certain things. Come on. Um, so there's a restaurant that Katie and I went to a couple weeks ago with some other friends up north of us. And I got the biscuits and gravy. And the lady brings out the biscuits and the gravy, and she's got the other dish that had like the eggs and sausage or whatnot. And I look at her and go, don't think too highly of me for this. And I just grabbed the eggs, threw it on the other plate, set the empty plate down, grabbed the sausage, threw it on there, and I just started mixing it all up. And our guests were looking at me like, what is this guy doing? And I'm just mixing. It just made me a platter of just slop, biscuits and gravy slop, and just went for it. And our waitress just kind of laughs, goes, "Yeah, all the old guys do that here too." And then I was like, "Wait a second."
Was that a compliment? I don't think that was a compliment.
I'm not sure how to take this, but no, she had that familiar look, like, yeah, that anyone that knows how to eat biscuits and gravy, that's how they're doing it. So
the kid, she had biscuits and gravy with us. She's had it quite a few times now, but this last go round, she had biscuits and gravy with us. She decided she was going to try it Dad's way, my way.
Yeah.
Which is mixing it all together.
Yeah.
So it's really just the biscuits and the gravy, but she wouldn't mix the eggs up with it.
Oh, she wouldn't.
So this go round, she tried it and she was like, "Damn it, that's pretty good." So
You remember growing up, Dad make pancakes for breakfast,
absolutely every Sunday.
and we would take peanut butter across the pancakes.
Goddamn right. Do you remember he used to make corn fritters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of people that watch me put, peanut butter on my waffle or peanut butter on my pancake, and they just look at me like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Don't knock it until you try it." And I've had people come back years later and they go, "Ever since I saw you do that, I had to try it once, just because I watched you do it like 3 or 4 times, and I've been doing it for the past 20 or 30 years now." It's like, yep. It's the way to do it.
Yeah. I don't do it every time, but I do it still. And my favorite part is you put the pancake or waffle down, you put your peanut butter and your syrup, and then you slam your egg on top of that. And you just cram it all down.
So, yeah, it's the best way to have them. Yeah, absolutely right. Um, let's see here.
But I tell you what, it is very, 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 very hard to get me to like a biscuit. And she is making some damn good biscuits.
The problem with biscuits are they're either too moist and they don't go good with biscuits and gravy,
Nope.
or they're too dry and it's like, well, you just kind of ruined the biscuits and gravy aspect of this.
Yep.
Because it just sucked all the moisture out of the damn gravy.
Yep, she's got it down pat, man. She's got it right there in the middle, man. I'm telling you, you put that shit right in there. You put your biscuits in the bowl, and you
Yep.
tear them apart, put them down in there, and you put your gravy on there, and you put your egg on there, and mix it. Oh, it's
Yep.
so.
I remember we went up north.
Hey, honey, I know you're watching. We have biscuits and gravy tomorrow.
There you go. Can we have biscuits and gravy after the show, please?
Nope, tomorrow.
We went up north. I want to say it was up by Notrioso. They had a place that had like these breakfast, and they had pancakes. And I looked over and I happened to see the size of these pancakes, and they weren't too big. I mean, they just weren't. And they called it a stack of pancakes. I was like, all right, I'm like 14, 15 years old at the time. And the lady goes, yeah, we haven't had anyone eat the entire stack of pancakes before. And I'm looking at them going, there's no damn reason I can't eat this stack of pancakes. 3 pancakes? And I'm looking at the size, I'm like, and I look at Dad, and Dad's like, yeah, you probably could eat all of that. So I get a stack of pancakes. And waitress was like, well, I ain't seen anyone eat, a full stack of pancakes, before. And I'm looking, I'm like, I really don't see that this is a problem. And then they bring it out. And I poured the syrup on it. And it looked just as dry as before I put the syrup on it. And I kind of looked at it and I cut a bite off, and they're chewing on the bite, and I look at that and go, I know what happened to that lake out there that's all dried up. I go, someone threw one of these fucking pancakes in it.
Yep.
Like, oh my God. No wonder they can't. It sucked all the water out of them. They can't get past the freaking.
Yeah, if you put a fucking pancake down, you can't get the goddamn thing to have a little bit of syrup after you put it on.
Yeah, it was bad.
Dude, that's
I was
terrible.
like, holy cow. But no, there's been times I've walked in and there's biscuits and gravy, like 4B's up in what the hell? 4B's.
No, it's
It was 4. No, not Wickenburg. 4B's was up 17. Used to live near
Bisbee.
Bisbee, that's it. 4B is up there. You go in there and you get half order because you get a full order. You're taking shit home.
Now, I tell you,
much.
Who has their pancakes down and down right, believe it or not, at least in my personal opinion, is the Waffle House.
The pancakes?
Yes.
Now, I've never ordered pancakes from Waffle House. I've ordered waffles from Waffle House.
I have too, and their waffles are fantastic. But I'll be honest with you, their pancakes are really fucking good.
Really?
Yes.
I just feel like it's sacrilegious to go into IHOP and order a waffle, or go into Waffle House and order a damn pancake.
And IHOP, and same thing with Denny's. Their pancakes weren't that bad either. But if I had a choice between the 3 of them for a pancake,
Yeah.
it would be the Waffle House.
No kidding. I'll have to try that.
They're not bad. I really enjoyed them.
Do you put all that fancy fruit and stuff on it?
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Nope. Just butter and syrup, baby. That's it.
Peanut butter. I'll put the
Peanut
peanut butter. Yeah.
Most of those places they don't have. I'm going to say 99% of those places don't have peanut butter for you to put on them, and they won't allow you. Most places won't allow you to bring peanut butter in.
Waffle House has peanut butter.
Not the ones I've been to.
I think you got to ask for it.
I've asked for it.
Let's see here. So we got the snack out of the way. What sport do you think is the most boring to watch?
All of them.
Yeah. There's sports out there that I'm like, no, I've got no interest in.
So that depends. Am I watching it on TV or am I watching it in person?
Oh, that's a good question also. Because that's two
TV
different
is
things.
completely different than being there in person as far as hockey. Hockey, I can't stand to watch on TV, period.
In person, it's a blast.
In person, it's absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Hands down. Baseball, same thing. Can't stand watching baseball. But I've been to a baseball game, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Never been to a football game. Can't hardly watch it.
So
Golf is another one that I can't watch. It's BAF, boring as fuck.
Yep, I agree with that. 100%.
There's not really a sport out there that I'm. Even basketball is another one that I'm like.
Now, over the years, I've gotten away from watching sports because they're just not entertaining to me any longer.
They haven't been that entertaining for me for a long time.
Yeah. But as far as one that I find the most boring, cricket, I find boring. Golf, I find boring.
Tennis is another one that's boring.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Tennis is boring to watch unless it's like one of them high-profile games where they're really going at it. But yeah, hockey, I'd rather watch that in person. Absolutely. Let's see. Now,
Another half drink here.
there's a female basketball that I don't mind watching every now and again, parts of it. Like, I'm not going to sit and watch the whole game. But it has Caitlin Clark, and I can't remember the other girl's name, but the blonde that showed up on the same team. Caitlin was getting, reptiles by some of the other teammates of the other teams and everything. And this blonde come in there and went, all right, I'm not letting my teammate get her ass handed to her any longer. And she just goes out there like you want to be a bully? I can be a bigger bully.
I think I've seen some of those.
I enjoy watching that every now and again, but it's more of the highlights versus, the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch wrestling.
No.
I get it. It's nothing more than a soap opera as it is. But ever since it went from WWF over to WWE, it just got more and more ridiculous. And I just kind of went, nah, I'm good. I don't need to watch that no longer.
What's the WWE? Because I think WWF was
When we were little.
Federation or something like that.
Right.
What's the WWE now?
I have no idea. I quit watching that. Sophia Cunningham. Yes, Roger. That's her.
That is. I almost said what he wrote.
I couldn't remember.
I was about to say what he wrote, and I went, I'll bet you that's Cunningham.
Yeah. But she, anyway, watching her just get in there, and on one of the things that I watched with her, they zoomed in on her mouth, and she goes, I'm about to take care of business. And the very next play, she just leveled this chick. I was like, damn.
Fucking handled it.
I was like, all right. So I like watching, certain things that uh, MMA. I enjoy watching MMA. Uh,
I do too, but
so
I guess
there's two fights that I saw recently. One was Ronda Rousey coming out of retirement. Okay.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
And
see
the,
that one.
and the girl that she went up against came out of retirement also so that they could go against each other.
Oh,
I'm not going to spoil it for you. Okay. It was a good quick fight.
Oh boy.
The other one was this girl Alice. Okay. Alderdine or I believe it's Alderdine. Okay. Alice Alderdine. She's over from Europe or something like that. Anyway, she was originally like a security guard for, like some of the matches or whatnot, and decided to get into MMA. And so she's way on the bottom as far as, everything is concerned. But I've liked watching her um, do her different sparring and little fights that she's had so far. Um, she went in and just won her fight. Okay. And they asked her, "Where did you learn that move?" And she goes, "Instagram." And she actually posted where she got the idea from and made this chick that, by all rights, probably should have had her by the way they were going, made her tap out like very quickly.
Have you seen? I can't remember her name because I've only seen her a few times now. But it's not. I guess it. I guess it would be a type of. I guess it would be MMA, but it's this. I don't. I. She's. I don't know what nationality she is. She's either Chinese, Korean, Japan,
Okay.
something of that nature. Okay, she's Oriental in a sense.
Yeah.
That chick could probably up a lot of dudes with her kicking
Oh, there's a couple of them like that. Yeah.
because she could balance on one foot and kick you like 10 different times before you knew what the happened to you.
Yep.
And I can't remember who she is, but I was impressed with that chick. Like, she is phenomenal on one leg. And she is literally hitting you like 3, 4 times.
Now, is she MMA or is she kickboxing?
I want to say it's MMA because
She's grappling as well.
you can punch.
Right. Well, you can punch
I
in
did,
kickboxing,
so it could be either one.
but if you find her, send her over my way because I want to see it. I
She's
enjoy
deadly,
watching
dude.
some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, she's deadly. I would be interested in watching like some MMA stuff, but I just don't get to watch a lot of it. Like, I know who a lot of people are. I remember back in the day when Ronda was kicking ass and taking names,
Yeah.
you know. But I think she kind of just fell off and just kind of lost it for whatever reason, and then she got into acting and stuff now. So
Well,
I didn't know that she'd come out of retirement. It sounds like this 17 seconds of lameness is going to be. I fear that's another failure point for her. So
now you have to see it. Now, I understand why some people would say it's 17 seconds of lameness. It's like when you watch Tyson fights, okay, and you spent $40, $50 on pay-per-view and it lasted, less than 30 seconds,
yeah,
okay, and you're like, oh, I didn't get my money's worth. The hell you didn't.
the fuck you didn't.
You
You
got
watch one of the greatest fucking people get to work.
yeah, in a fucking hurry too. That's kind of similar to this one, where the fight didn't last very long. It literally lasted 17 seconds, but so much was put into those 17 seconds very quickly that I understand why a lot of people went, man, this is bullshit. I wanted to see a fight. Well, sometimes the best fight is making your opponent tap out quickly, because that just shows how much you took stock in making the fight end quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I understand both sides of it.
Yeah.
Because you want to see action, you want to see things progress and then get to a point. And when somebody just, it's amazing that somebody can calculate all that, get it done, and then just be like, it sounds like somebody got a some sort of
submission.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody saw an opportunity for a submission, took it, and actually won with it.
Correct.
So and with everything fucking going on, and for them to do that, you have to give them credit for that.
Both of the fights that I'm talking about, the one with Ronda and her opponent, and then Alice and her opponent, both were submissions, and neither one were the favorite to win. Because technically, they were like, she's out because of this. Technically, she's out because of this. It's not going to work. And it just, everything swapped in a heartbeat. You'll have to see the Ronda one. We can't play it on here. We'll get frickin' sued up the yin yang. But
yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. I guess for the people that I know, Ronda was always one of the faves for me.
Yeah.
So to see her or hear, or because I never really followed that very strongly at all, but I did know of her. So for her to go down the way that she did and then just retire after, I felt kind of bad. But you kind of always do when, you favor somebody and then.
Well, it's like Tyson when he went out. He was knocking the shit out of everyone. Then all of a sudden, he gets beat. A couple of times in a row. It's like, all right,
Was it Gina Serrano that was there?
Ronda against Gina, because they both had retired.
Was it Gina Serrano though?
I
think she was an actress too, wasn't she?
I think they both ended up going into acting a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, getting off of the fighting, but staying with the female theme of what we're talking about. I just want your reaction to this, okay? I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I just want your reaction to it. Have you seen this before? Before I even hit start. This?
I mean, it looks like Freedom Factory from Cletus, but no, I don't think I've seen it.
Okay. It is Freedom Factory. However, all of the drivers are female. They wanted to run a solid female stock car style race. Okay. Uh-oh. You have. Don't sniff it too hard. There's chloroform on it.
I spilled.
All right, so watch this here.
I mean, they look great out there. Not that I'm shocked. I'm not saying women cannot drive or they curb wheels all the time or anything like that. I'm definitely not saying that they're not as good at drivers as us. I'm not saying that we're better. I'm just saying I'm shocked.
Wow.
Oh, they're following the kidney.
They're following the pace truck. They follow the pace truck.
No way.
All 11 moms follow the pace truck.
No
Stop
way.
it, dude.
Could you tell me what just happened, Chris? What is supposed to happen when the pace truck or pace car goes off the track?
They're supposed to continue on the actual main track. They're not supposed to follow the fucking pace car.
No, that's when the race starts, right?
Yeah.
Pace car gets off of the track. They go. They continue to go. They have the green flag, and they hammer it down, right? Right?
That's what's supposed to happen.
But if you notice,
I'm definitely not saying that they're not as good of drivers as us. I'm not saying that we're better. I'm just saying I'm shocked.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, they followed
No!
the kid.
They're following the pace truck. They follow.
if any of these cars right here would have continued on, they would have dropped the green flag and they would have been decisively in the lead.
Absolutely.
But all of them,
They're following the pace truck. They follow the pace truck.
No way.
who says that they can't follow the leader?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not funny.
Yes, it is. Look at who you are. That is hilarious. Because first off, when I saw this, I didn't realize it was Cletus. Okay, because I didn't have the sound on. I just was watching, and the clip said something to the effect of all female stock car or something like that. I was like, oh, I bet that's kind of neat, you know. And I saw that they were older cars, so I was like, all right, they're probably just a short little, 10-lap race, 20-lap race or something like that. And I'm watching it, and then I saw that pace truck dip down in. Oh, cool, they're about to start. They didn't, they didn't dive into this, 20 minutes early or whatnot. I'm like, oh, it's only a couple-minute video. Yeah. And then all of them followed it. I went, that's not supposed to happen like that. So I turned the sound on, rewound it, and I heard Cletus. I went, no.
I forget his name, but he's not the one that actually is talking at that point. But it's this Freedom Factory. Yeah, this is Cletus McFarland's track.
Yep.
That's
So.
Man.
all 11 moms followed the pace truck.
No
Stop
way.
it, dude. Stop it. No, they didn't.
Again, I'm not
No,
saying
they
we're
did
better.
not follow the pace truck.
Oh, God.
All right, one to go this time by.
There's no way that's ever happened before.
Now, because I'm just the guy that I am, maybe, just maybe, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this was planned. Unlikely, but maybe.
Yeah. All right. So, sticking with the race theme, okay? Because I enjoy race cars. I enjoy them, because of the raw power and everything.
Mhm.
I'm not going to watch an electric car race. Not
No.
interested.
I'm actually, I don't know, maybe I said this before, but like last weekend, I'm actually like getting back into that itch for four-wheel drive rock crawler.
Right.
So
The raw power and everything like that. But all right, so this one here, I kind of titled this, rivals, not enemies. Okay. And it says, you're my rival, not my enemy. So a tire here, but watch this. So that tire was supposed to be on that car. And for whatever reason, it never got tightened before he took off out of his pits. And as he went down pit lane, it came off. The people that put that tire on was
It was
not
different.
his team.
Yeah, it was a different team.
And they went and did that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
good sportsmanship as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah. They saw that and went, that sucks. Let's help him out, you know? He's already lost how many places? It's not
I mean,
like he...
yeah, I mean, at this point, he's already at the back of the pack. So
Exactly. And they got it on there. You see him, whack, gone. And that's
Yep.
that's what
That's good
sports is supposed to be.
yeah, absolutely.
So
That's cool. That's something that could be appreciated for sure.
you can have a little fun, you know, with the ladies following the pace truck in, you know, okay, that's kind of funny or whatnot. Doesn't hurt no one. No one lost a bunch of, you know, places on it. They all did the same damn mistake or what. Yeah, big deal. This one here, they could have just let it go, and he's just
Absolutely.
and by all rights they could have done it and not done anything, but no, they didn't. They went in there and they jumped in and had a little fun with it, you know, and got him back out on the track and said, "Hey, sorry for your luck. We're going to help you out as best we can. Off you go." And there he goes. So,
And that's the whole I scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of shit too.
oh,
You know what I mean?
I
They'll
can't-
remember that.
Yes. Now, there was a team that ran out of tires in NASCAR at one point, and another team gave them some tires, and they later come down with the ruling, said, no, you can't do that, you know, whatever, but it was before the ruling officially come out, and it was a team that, you know, was obviously a competitor, maybe had the same owner, you know, he owned both teams, but the teams were competing against each other. Dad would know more about this, because he and I talked about it briefly at one point. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, he, you know, until he made it a rule that you can't do it. So
That's one of those things. If it's not actually in the damn book,
Yeah.
that they have, that's not a rule.
Yeah.
They could claim it's a rule, but they can fight it and say it's not a rule because it's not in the book that we have. Then the following year or the following race, whatever, they'll have changed the rules and put it in that book, and then it's done.
all right, so this one here, this one right here is kind of funny. And you just got to read it. I'll read it out loud for everyone, but this one's kind of cool. So let's do that. Take a look at what it says right here.
Well, it's supposed to say welcome, but it doesn't say that.
It doesn't, because it's screwed up. Okay.
Yeah.
And they had a game. The other team happened to see that, and they made a sign where it says, "Welcome to Trenton." Okay. Or it's supposed to say, "Welcome to Trenton." It says, "We come to Trenton to bring you your missing L." Just having fun with it, just school rivalry.
We come to Trenton to bring you the L you're missing. Yep.
We're going to beat you. We're going to give you that L so you can put it back where it belongs. And this is the type of stuff that I like watching, is teams that are poking fun, but they're not being like
It's not,
assholes about it.
yeah. It's just, it's fun poking.
Correct. Let's see. Which one?
Those days are long and gone, man. They
They
really are, for the most part. Everybody just, they got everything in such a wad. They need to unwind it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
All right, here's one.
Freaking relax and have a good time.
This is
There's nothing wrong with some friendly banter. You know what I mean?
this is a Hummer versus Cybertruck.
Okay. No surprise.
Not to mention that Hummer, or not the Hummer, the Cybertruck is crazy heavy. Crazy heavy.
They're not built to do what they're doing.
No. Now, this Hummer says, well, I'm just going to go up this thing backwards. Face to face with the other driver and went up it backwards.
Yep. This is what you could do with your Hummer. Or your Cybertruck.
Cybertruck. Yep. Now this one here, I like this one because this is something you and I would do. Okay.
Oh boy. No, there's not a whole lot we wouldn't do.
No, this is something that you and I would do just because we were having a little bit of fun with it. Okay. Also, if we happen to see, this situations, like, hey, there's some kids out here shoveling snow, right? And they're over there doing that. That truck had a snow plow on the front of it. Went by, the little boys are out there snubbling. Said, I'm going to help them out.
Let me give you a little scoop or two here to help you out.
You need to be playing, not shoveling snow.
Agreed.
That's you and I would do that without even thinking twice.
Oh hell yeah! If I say, and you got to figure, just from what I can see, and I can't really see much. They're probably no long.
They're
What, 8,
9,
8, 10,
12
yeah,
years
8,
old.
10, 12
oldest.
years old.
Yeah.
12 at the max.
Yeah.
I would say they're probably close to 8 to 10 at this point.
Oh yeah. You can see how little snow they're moving with those shovels. Just barely moving anything.
They've probably been out there for a minute.
Yep.
Because they got around that whole car, which that car's not that big, but what is that? Like maybe
It's a minivan, so it's probably 13 foot.
I don't even think that's a minivan. I think there's no way that's a minivan. That's got to be like
you pull that handle and it slides back.
but it's not a full-size minivan. Maybe. I don't know.
So yeah, there's that.
That was cool. Yeah, for sure. That would be something I would do. That wouldn't even be a second thought.
All right, so this one here, I laugh at this one just because I know that in the military we have energy drinks called Rippets. Okay.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, yeah, I can see, military people utilizing Red Bull or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is geared toward mechanics. This has nothing to do with military, but it does have a little to do with let's see, where's it at? It says when energy drinks are not cutting it anymore. And you're just using brake cleaner to clean everything. Because energy drink isn't helping. I get it. I've been around brake cleaner. It's good stuff. Sorry for those that don't get it. Roger says absolutely horrible. So
That's probably the worst one for your health, by the way.
yeah. Let's see here. Oh, here's another one. I like this one here. All right. Very quickly, tell me what car part this goes to, because obviously you're not going to be a real mechanic if you don't know what this is. You ready?
I'm having a hard time even seeing it, but
That's a speculum.
huh?
A speculum. That's for the misses.
I was gonna say it
That's
doesn't look like any familiar car part that I've seen right off the top of my head. But
So, us guys that deal a lot with guns, we'll have different gun parts that we'll throw out there. What is this? What is this? And then we'll throw something random, like what does this go? What gun does this go to? It'll be something crazy, kind of like what this is. Like, are you even really a gun guy if you don't know what this goes to?
I was getting all serious. I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck that is. It don't look like no fucking car part I've ever seen.
It keeps the wife engine running. Okay. Let's see. What is this one here? Oh, all right. Sports. All right. This guy is a disaster. And I say this because everything this guy is doing is screwing everything up for everyone that's around him. And it's not the player.
Take a look at everything that happens here. I mean, take a look at the guy here. He knocks one girl's phone out of her hand.
Check this out.
Then another gal's trying to take a picture, knocks her drink into her face.
Bam!
They've got to cut that man off. It's only the fourth inning, but they got to cut him off. Take a look at everything that happens here.
This guy.
I mean, take a look at the guy here. He knocks one girl's phone out of her hand.
Check this out.
Then another gal's trying to take a picture, knocks her drink into her face.
Bam!
They've got to cut that man off. It's only the fourth inning, but they got to cut him off.
I was looking at that and I'm trying to figure out if it was the ball player one that I watched it like 2 or 3 times, and every time I just started cracking up because he's oblivious to everything.
Yeah, he's just trying to help out. If that was me, I'd be like, I'm gonna sit the fuck down.
Yeah. All right. Hunting. Okay. I'm just gonna play it because it. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this.
Hey, what's up? What y'all over here doing? Huh? What y'all got going on? Oh, what is that? Is that a gun? Yeah, we were shooting the birds over there. Oh, well, I don't see no birds. Where the birds at? They just flew away. How you doing, buddy? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to process this. Flew away where? I've been out here all day and I ain't seen no birds. You know, if I ain't know no better, I would think you were trying to shoot me. Oh, not at all, buddy. We're not gonna shoot you. Get your hands off me. No, you talking about y'all shooting birds. Don't see no birds. Don't even hear no birds. What? Are y'all deer hunting? Because it look like y'all deer hunting. Y'all even got on camouflage. You can't pee on my head and tell me it's rain. You know what? Let me get my ass out of here. Hey, what's up? What y'all over here doing?
You ever
That
heard
dude
of
was he was playing it off cool. That's what he was doing.
that deer?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just gonna get right up on you. You can't shoot me now because I'm friendly.
Yep, that's pretty much what I was thinking. Oh, here's one that's a car. I want to know if you've ever seen anything like this before. Because I have not seen anything like it. And I thought if anyone had, you would have.
Oh yeah, the Saab with the hidden speedometer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. I was sitting there, I'm like, what do you mean?
that's like a freaking video game unlock, dude.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
So I was sitting here, I was watching, I'm like, this car's from the 90, hides it, how fast it can actually go. I'm like, well, how's it doing that? And then all of a sudden, boop, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, all right. Got to get to that point, hit the unlock, and off you go. But have you seen that in person or just on?
I knew about it, but I've never actually physically seen it. No,
Let's say how cool.
like
is that?
I haven't seen it in person, but
Yeah.
I knew about it. Yeah.
Are there other vehicles that have something similar to that? You know
no, not that I know of.
Oh,
That's a pretty cool feature.
yeah.
That's like reaching level 20,
That's like having that
and there's a bonus
Contra
feature.
unlock. You know,
Yeah.
where you get the unlimited lives. Like, here you go. Let's see this one here. Now this is a science video that deals with a car. I don't know if I would trust it being the first person to do it, but I can absolutely see me doing it. So this, he's doing 80 kilometers. That seat that he's on shoots him off at 80 kilometers, going the opposite direction. Basically keeps him absolutely still relative to the ground. So when he pops off, he just falls straight down and lands. Doesn't fall over or anything because the speed that the truck is going and the speed that it shoots him off the back end
are equal.
And he just drops straight down. That's it.
That's cool physics there.
Yeah. First time I saw it, I'm like, well, he's going to hit the ground. He's going to just start tumbling, right? And then he lands perfect. I'm like, nah.
That makes sense to me, though, physically.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, it really does. I just, brain would not process until I actually saw it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. I watch stuff like that and I kind of geek out over it. I'm like, this is neat. And let's see.
I guess I'm just a true car nut, so I geek out over a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be race car. It could be rock collars. It could be anything car related, really.
Yeah.
Now I love some of the old shit. So
this one here, I've actually wanted to do, and I wouldn't be mad if someone did this in front of me. Dude's just like, he's in the same line I am. We're all stuck. And he starts living his best life and be like, I can't hate on him.
Yep.
I just can't. I'll let him have his fun. Cop shows up and pulls his ass over. Hey, he had a good time.
What the hell for, man? He ain't hurt nothing. I mean,
No.
if there were actually workers or something over there, I could see it.
Right.
Quit doing that. But that dude ain't hurting shit. He's just having.
He's
just passing time.
Yep.
Yeah, he just passing time.
Yep. Let's see. What is this one? Oh, yeah. All right. So this little dude here, no one told him it was impossible. And because no one told him it was impossible, he just said, to hell with it, I'm going to do it. Did you see it at the end?
Yeah.
You put everything into that.
Love it.
Yep. All right, so cool inventions. All right. This one here, I looked at and went, what? And then I'm like, wait a second, this is actually pretty neat because it gives you a perspective that we didn't really come out with until recently. And they did this a long time ago. So they did this back in the 30s, the 1930s, almost 100 years ago. And we haven't really duplicated it until recently as far as the way it looks on film. So it's a gun and it has a camera system in it. And when you shoot, it's taking the film from the perspective of the gun. So instead of having like a body cam or a camera on top of your actual gun, it's incorporated into it. So it takes the video of it. So
It's a gun cam, not a body cam.
right. I thought that was pretty neat myself. Kind of mixes a couple of things, science and guns together, and shows you how it works. You know, you take a look at the, let's see here, the inner workings of it right here.
Yeah.
As you're pulling the trigger, everything starts moving and everything. It shoots, and it takes that camera footage. So it's like, it was pretty neat. All right. Got another question for you. What would you do if you became invisible for one day?
Oh my God.
Just one day. You got 24 hours.
I would probably go places that I wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah.
Area 51.
Yeah, but you got to remember, you just wake up and you get told you're invisible for the next 24 hours starting now. So you're in West Virginia.
I mean, I'm pretty close to the White House. I guess I'd go check out the White House.
My house,
See what-
Pentagon. Yeah.
I'd go. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question, man. That's. I mean, obviously. Eavesdropping would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, think about this. White House, right? See the president getting onto, Marine One. He's going to go fly over to Air Force One. You can get onto Air Force One. No, I didn't even know. Thing is, though, you don't know where he's going or what time he's going to be back. So, quite possibly, 24 hours from now, you might be somewhere else. All of a sudden, you just materialize right there in front of him, like, "Hey, how you doing?" So obviously, you got to be careful there.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do with that. That would be tough.
I think I would. I would just play pranks on people, and not like mean pranks. I would just play pranks on people. Like, I'm not gonna go into the women's freaking dressing rooms or anything like that.
No, I would be fucking stupid. I'd be like, I'm gonna move your coffee cup.
Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna do something to where you look like you have lost your mind. And
You have to be careful who you do that to, though.
Yeah. just, move their coffee cup and they look over, and then you do enough to one person where they gotta tell someone because they feel like they're losing their shit. And the person they're telling is like, I don't see it. And that person turns and you move it real good. And they're like, did you see it? Did you see it? Like, and they're just losing their shit. Just little pranks like that. Nothing where it would actually drive them crazy. Just a little bit of fun here, a little bit of fun there.
That's tough to figure out. What would you do in 24 hours of being invisible?
Not going to steal anyone's shit,
I know.
Now, if I happen to see a crime that's probably getting committed, I might intervene.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Especially if you're invisible.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. I think I would just have fun with it. I would just, little kids, they're running down, they're playing basketball, or they're playing soccer, something to kick the ball out of the way, like goes completely the wrong way. Or you catch the ball, they're playing softball and you just catch the ball and it's just hovering in midair, and they all look at it and throw it the other way.
Yep.
Little things like that. That's probably what I would do. So, all right. Let's see. I got this other video here that I'm going to throw up.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So I saw this one here. And this video really got me thinking, because I've seen enough people lift weights and they lift this real heavy weight and then they pass out and they're banging their head on the weights, or maybe someone that's with them catches them so they don't end up hurting themselves. This guy here is lifting an insane amount of weight. And it looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's probably deadlifting just shy of 1,000 pounds, or maybe right at 1,000 pounds. Just trying to, I don't even know how he's picking this much weight up the way he's doing it. But watch this guy here.
My windpipe is stronger than your whole body.
Then he fights, trying not to pass out.
I have not seen anyone get to this point and not pass out.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
My windpipe is stronger than your whole body.
Right here, right, done. People fall over right here. How he fought it, I have no idea.
My windpipe is stronger than your whole body.
He's out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
His muscles kept him up, is what happened until he came back around.
I've watched everything just,
Oh, yeah.
and I've watched it come back, but I've also watched it go completely out, and you're waking up somewhere else on your back or whatever. That dude, I guarantee everything went completely out, and somehow when they come back, he was still standing there. It's like that little kid lifting that tire, realizes what he just did, and went, yeah. Well, hello, Chris. How are you? Glad to see you joined us. How's everything going over there with you? All right. Let's see here. What crazy adventures you want to try in your life?
Oh, man. I'd love to try getting out of a plane. That'd be one.
Want to go skydiving?
Yeah.
All right. We'll have to do that. I enjoy it.
Cliff diving,
I've done that. I'm getting a little too old for that.
cliff jumping as far as, and then pulling the chute, that kind of shit.
Oh, you're talking base.
Paraglide,
You're
yeah,
talking base jumping.
base
not-
jumping.
When you say cliff diving, I'm actually thinking, jumping off a cliff in the water.
I'm getting too old for that too, but I'd still like to try it at least once.
Yeah.
At a halfway decent height that it wouldn't embarrass me.
I'm okay doing, the 20 or 30 foot. I'm not going to go any higher than that. I've done higher than that. I was a lot younger, early 20s when I was doing that. No thanks. I'm not doing that again.
The flight suit thing would be fucking cool.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You got to do a lot of jumps in order to be able to get into one of those, though. They don't just let you do that.
Yeah, no, I
The rig
figured,
suit?
but
Yeah.
there's a lot of crazy things I'd love to do.
Now, one of the things that we could do is definitely we can go skydiving. I enjoy it. We could probably go Tennessee, a place out that way. Wasn't like a crazy amount of money or anything like that, but we can go do that. It was actually
What about you?
me.
I-
I've gone skydiving. I enjoy it. I've gone scuba diving. I enjoy it.
That could be fun.
I have no interest in going up in a hot air balloon. It just seems so slow and boring. I don't know. Unless I'm jumping out of the hot air balloon, maybe.
Maybe.
I have zero interest in going scuba diving in caves.
No,
Yeah. No.
probably not.
I've gone into water and I've had water obscure my vision completely before. And being underwater is one thing. There's a lot of different fears and whatnot people have when they're going underwater like that. But when your vision gets obscured to that point, you want to talk about fears that get unlocked. Okay. Not interested in doing that. I don't float as it is.
Fuck no. No, I don't float at all.
So yeah, I don't need that kind of nonsense in my life. One of the other things that I would like to do is I'd actually like to get back into, getting into a race car or something like that, and doing something of that nature. Not like
Yeah,
not
for sure.
necessarily a stock car or anything like that, but maybe one of the wing cars, or even in a shifter cart.
That could be fun.
Yeah. I'm not looking to do anything crazy with motorcycles or anything like that. Getting too old for it.
How would you think you would fare being in a rock crawler, rock bouncer kind of deal?
I wouldn't mind it every now and again. I like the technicality of it. I can really appreciate the technical skill that needs to be present to do something like that. But also at the same time, there's some things that are just a little slow for me.
Right.
Okay. As long as I had an outlet where I could tap into the need for speed aspect of my background, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's kind of like scuba diving. Hey, that's all great and dandy and everything, but damn it, let me jump out of an airplane.
Some of the rock buggies and rock bouncers and stuff are pretty high horsepower. So So there are some competitions that actually are timed. You're timed on it.
Right.
So you would have that speed, but it's not, it wouldn't be your,
See, I've gone.
it wouldn't be your 50, 60, 70 plus mile an hour speeds that you want to be well above.
There are two different rock climbing things that I've been to, and both of them were very technical. You had someone on the outside of the vehicle pointing, which way to make sure the wheels are going, because the person that was driving technically couldn't see everything around them. Going up the crevasses and stuff like that, going in between trees. One time, I think I was with you for a little bit. My buddy Bruce down in Florida, he was doing something very similar. And that, as cool as it was just kind of a little on the slow side. Now you
It
take
is.
like that Hummer that went up that hill backward. Okay. I've seen those races where they're going up the hill, down, scooting around, going around little obstacles and up and down. That's a little
Still too slow.
No, there's some stuff on there that's, they're hauling ass, but they're not necessarily in just a straight up Jeep. When you got the cooler in the back, these guys are full roll cage with the helmets and the fire extinguishers and everything, because they come around and then they roll down the hill, and you got to be prepared for that. I mean, and these are legitimate races, and they have announcers and everything else to go along with it. And I've seen those. Those look kind of fun, but
A lot of your rock crawlers are fully caged because you can roll.
oh yeah,
So, but a
Yeah.
lot of them are, they're not high horsepower cars either, or Jeeps or buggies or whatever you want to call them. I think, but I understand it's a little bit too slow of a pace for you.
yeah. It's not that I wouldn't do it. It's not that I wouldn't have fun doing it. I would need to have an
It
offset.
just wouldn't be it wouldn't be a hobby.
It could be. It could be. I would have to have an offset for it, though. I would have to have something else that, got the other side of that ditch.
As do most people.
Yeah. So, but no, like a shifter cart,
Mhm.
I think I would have a blast with that. It'd be like remember those old school 3 wheels that we grew up with? The
Big wheels.
big wheels, exactly.
Yep.
Putting a small engine on the back of one of them and hauling ass and hitting the brakes and just drifting around corners and stuff like that would be.
Bunch of 360s.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Having the little hand brakes, popping them. No, that's I'd probably do something like that. Hang gliding. I wouldn't mind doing that. I also wouldn't mind doing the paragliding. You got the parachute looking thing, but you got that big ass fan on the back of you. Okay, I wouldn't mind doing that because that looks like fun. Plus, you could turn that off and just glide down.
Which surprises me because it's a little bit slower paced, but it doesn't surprise me because you're way up in the fucking air and sightseeing. So,
and at the same time, you can catch those thermal updrafts, and you can continue to go up, get way up there.
Yep.
So, wingsuits, that would be a blast. I think I really do. I think that would be an amazing.
Top Fuel funny car would be fun.
Oh yeah,
Just try it.
it's just they got the ones where you can sit behind them, the 2-seater, just to try it out. I think that would be plenty. Just to get 250, 260 miles an hour, and go. Whew, okay.
In like 4.5, 5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think they're
if I
doing it even faster now, but
Yeah, I don't know if I need to be the one in control of the steering wheel doing that. I think I would have enough fun just being a passenger princess at that point.
I don't know if I could. I
Maybe-
would probably want to be the one driving.
Maybe after a couple of runs, I'd be like, okay, now that I understand all of it, maybe. But the first once or twice, nah. I want to watch it. I want to feel it without having any responsibility of, you know, not having to keep things in a straight line.
That's trusting a lot of people.
Yeah, they've been doing it a lot longer than I have. So
There's a lot out there I wouldn't mind trying out.
yeah,
Just being adventurous on, for sure.
yeah. Scuba diving's a blast. If you've never gone, it's a lot of fun, provided that you can relax. Because if you can't relax, it is not something for you, guaranteed. If you can relax, you get in there, up underneath the water. It's like a whole nother world. You're just kind of chilling, going, able to see the different fish and everything. Especially if you're at clear water, you can see way out there. You can see the big fish. It's not getting too close to you, that type of thing. It's a good time. It really is. So, all right. Last question I got for you. You have to evacuate the house right now. 3 things you're taking with you. Now remember, you've got very limited time. I would say less than 60 seconds to get out of the house. Not only is it what 3 things are you taking with you, but can you actually grab those 3 things? Now, wallet, keys, that's already in your pockets. That's not the question. What 3 things are you going to grab out of your house, take with you?
Assuming that, am I just worrying about me, myself, and I, or am I worrying about?
You, yourself, and I. The dogs, the cat, the missus, they're able to get out of the house just as quick and easy as you, but you have to get out of the house. You got less than 60 seconds.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of questions to that because there's what's the scenario? Is it
Doesn't matter what the scenario is. You've got 60 seconds, 45 to 60 seconds to get out of the house. Anything left in the house is gone after that. You'll never be able to come back and get it. What are the 3 things you're grabbing?
marriage license?
Now, I was going to say, initially, I was going to ask why the marriage license, because you can just go get another one from the courthouse.
You
But
can't
I
get the
actually understand to a point why to grab that also.
you can't get the one that we have, mostly because we framed it, it's signed, and there's other stuff to go with it. That's all framed into the frame of it.
Okay.
So that, because it's hanging up on the wall, that's fairly simple to get to.
Okay.
Honestly, there's really not a whole lot that's not replaceable. I would probably grab my 308.
Okay.
Only because that's something that was given to me by my father. And that's so marriage license, probably the 308, and then That's pretty much it, really.
So the three things that I would grab is I'd grab my passport, and that's just because I know how difficult it is to get a new passport.
I don't have one, so
Right. Um, I would get that. I know where it's at. It doesn't take me any time to grab it. The second thing I would grab is I would grab my 6 hour 1911 Blackwater pistol. Okay, the 45, and that's got a good deal of sentimental value. I know exactly where that's at. I can grab the passport. I can grab the pistol uh, with the magazines and the ammo without even batting an eye. And then I would also grab my dog tags from when I was in the service, which I've got just the one, and it's got that bullet hole in it. So, but I'd grab that. Everything else, just like you said, it's all replaceable.
it sucks, but it is replaceable.
Yeah. Um, you know, my Glock, yeah, I can replace it. It would suck to lose it. I put a little bit of time and effort into it, but I can replace it. I can't replace that Blackwater Edition 45. I know I can't. Um, the
It's like that 308 that's early. It's
right.
early 60s or mid 60s 308. That's it's a little rough, but it has not been fired. Other than the couple of times I fired it.
Yeah, it
was super clean.
I know I've got a couple of pistols. One's from late 1800s, and I got one that's from the early 1900s. I could probably grab those at the same time as the 45.
Right.
But just sticking with the three items, those would be the three items I would grab.
Yeah, I mean, that's really it, because some of the other stuff.
Yeah, everything else I can replace.
Yeah, some of the other sentimental things that I have are at the shop. So
yeah, sentimental, but on the sentimental level down here.
Right.
Like if I had a half hour or if I had an hour, I can obviously pull a whole bunch of stuff on that list and pull it in. But yeah.
Sure. But if a couple of those sentimental values that are not with me here at the house, that are at the shop, were here, those sentimental values would be going with me.
So let's say that those items from the shop are at the house. What are you taking off the list, your three items, and swapping with those?
So of the few items that are at the shop, there will be one item, which would be the 9/16 half-inch S-wrench that Dad had re-chromed for Grandpa.
Okay.
That would be.
And that what would you replace that with?
It wouldn't be.
No, what would you take off of your initial three?
Wouldn't be, because I didn't have three. I only had my marriage license and my 308. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Everything else would just be what it would be.
Well, there you
So
go. Cool. So.
And all three of those would be simple, because I would probably start at the back corner, grab the 308. As I'm going through the highway, grab the marriage license off the wall, and as I'm going out the garage, I would grab the wrench, and I'm done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, easy
Take
enough.
you all of 45, 60-second stops.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, that pretty much sums up the evening. Nice, light, nothing crazy, nothing heavy. Kind of sucks. Mom and Dad, weren't able to join. I understand why they couldn't. Again, prayers to what's going on over there.
So you guys just it's not our mom and dad that's in any trouble, but they are being very supportive to a family member right now. So
Yeah.
our mom and dad's good. So
True. Yeah.
they're in a position right now that we would just like to just, I don't know. I'm kind of having a hard time putting it out as far as like what I want, other than just they're being very supportive.
They're doing the same thing that we would do. Me, you, and Sis.
Yep. If we were there, we'd all be there.
So, anyway, I think we're going to work on next Saturday at 7:30. Get back on schedule. Or not 7:37. Next Saturday at 7. Get back on schedule, and then a couple of late June. That will be my anniversary weekend. I will not be in town.
Hey,
So
we'll give you more of a heads up as it gets closer.
yeah, we may try and do something after I get back, or after, or right before I leave. Kind of depends on what our schedules look like. But right now, as it sits, next Saturday at 7 p.m., back on our normal schedule. And outside of that, you got anything else going on? Looking forward to?
I'm gonna put some things together, and I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I got a couple things in the works I'd like to try and get figured out, but nothing set yet. So, weather's gonna start picking up here for this next week. It's gonna get a little cool again, but it's been bouncing back and forth. So,
Yeah.
I'd like to get in some more fishing. I'd like to get in a weekend or at some point some camping.
I need to get excuse me, get my radiator fixed.
Yep.
I need to get with you on that. I'll make sure that I get the right thing.
All you have to do is just make sure when you tell them your make model, just make sure you get the heavy duty one.
Yeah.
That's what you need, is a heavy duty red. So you don't want to. It's. I mean, I already gave you the prices, so.
Yep.
We just have to figure out. And that's the other thing is shipping going to be even feasible? You know what I mean? Because it's such an awkward product. Is it going to be cost effective? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but they could also ship it to a local distributor, and I can pick it up from them. And that's not going to cost a whole lot of money either to do it that way. We're shipping it to the house, might. So yeah.
No, but also too, it would be just. I'll figure it out, hopefully, and we'll get it situated. So
yeah. So for everyone that's in the chat, Roger, Hoopy, Ace, Chris, glad you all could join us. We've got Sis, Mama T, we got your mom, Michelle, Shelly. I do know that we had a couple people that said that they were going to try and show up. Maybe they're catching us right now. They're just not chatting in the chat, but I know Jen's usually in there. Maria said she would stop by and say hi. At least catch it. So if you are watching, we appreciate you. For those that are catching us on the rewind, Mom, Dad, love you, appreciate you, and as always, we got to end it on a positive note.
I don't know how many of you are familiar with the .577 T-Rex round. Today I'm going to shoot it. That was amazing.
Never have we ever into the show without that. We love you. We hope you have a good one. Ace, real quick, he's got a thing going on tomorrow. He's got a premiere at 3 p.m. Ace actually will talk about a bunch of dumb criminals, which is why his is Ace's Dumb Criminals. Go stop by, show some love. He's got some pretty cool, interesting things going on there. I've caught a couple of his shows, and to be honest with you, some of it's hilarious. We got that one judge out of Texas who's kind of a no-nonsense judge who very quickly will, cut people down where they need to be cut down at, or he'll lend a helping hand as it is. So anyway, we love you guys. We appreciate you. I hope you all have a good one.
Good night, guys.
Each other, and we'll talk.
Roger, we'll see you. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Bye.